Coach, we are 15 miles due west of the Atlantic, nestled in downtown Jacksonville at TIAA Bank Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Chicago Bears and the Jacksonville Jaguars. This will be taken about the 12. And a good effort on the return there gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
At the 38-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's second and 5.
Let's go.
Here's Trubisky. And his throw is incomplete. A.J. Bouye, the fine cornerback, there to make the play defensively.
We talk all the time about playmakers on offense, but let's face it, there are plenty of playmakers on defense, too. I think we just saw an example of one, didn't we? Not force that incompletion.
Yeah, he's a great corner. They got a couple of them on that side of the football. Trubisky will throw. He's got his tight end, Burton. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Jags grab it. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Opening drive fumble, and the 4 miscues that they had last week. 4 turnovers, Charles. So this is a bad trend.
And, Brandon, you and I both know that they didn't just ignore what happened last week. They focused on it, tried to get better. And when it happens here again in this game, the head coach is going to see that as a direct reflection on his message to the team, and it's not sinking in.
First down, a run with Cohen. And some room to roam now. Touchdown, Chicago! Tariq Cohen, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
Foles and the Jags come up now first and 10 at their own 26. They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll make this a 2nd and long.
Tempo, tempo, tempo.
They go jet sweep here with Chark.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Here's Foles. The catch made by James O'Shaughnessy, the tight end. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Now the first carry for Brian Hill. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now Foles. And connecting here with DJ Shark. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
Partney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go. And let's see who's faster.
You're not ready.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. This one complete to the tight end, O'Shaughnessy. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Back to the ground. It's Hill. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Be alert, be alert.
Mike is 59. Mike is 59. It's our time. It's our time.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Aaron Lynch, make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
On 2nd down now, Foreman. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
It's now 3rd down and 1.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Foles. Oh, he's going to go for it all. And that is incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. It's that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
Trubisky gives to Cohen, and he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. Yannick Ngakoue in on the stop.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Lock in, lock in. Bang, 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 bang.
They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down.
Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
He can run for it, and he will. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Give him 4 yards as he does it himself, and it's a 1st down.
And the Bears first down.
Go! 180! 27. All day, baby, all day. I want to work. I want to work.
This time, Trubisky will throw. He completes this into the hands of Miller. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that?
And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long.
Get on the field, defense. He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. We got double up, double up.
Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. He'll let this go for the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
That's what I do.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Foles. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. This is Hill on the draw play. And he will have the first down here as he's up to the 15. Bit of a surprise. They ran it on 3rd and medium. Proved to be the right call. 1st and 10.
That's good for a Jacksonville 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Now they have a little more space to maneuver from the 15, 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Eddie Goldman with a sack.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
He's going to float this one deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. DJ Chark, the intended target, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
They decided to air it out a little bit on that play, take a shot downfield, but the coverage was really nice, able to get a hand in and tip it away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of 4th down, 1st down.
Well, so much for winning the down you put a lot of emphasis on, because 3rd down is key for offense and defense. Instead, you're going to stay on the field and start a new set of downs.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll look to throw here. And this one into the hands of DJ Chark. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Blowing that play up, Roquan Smith as he gets the sack.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah,
What's going on?
It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
They'll set up a throw. He's got his tight end, O'Shaughnessy. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone. I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Trubisky, and he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Josh Allen able to record his 5th sack of the season. Well, it was 2nd and long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Trubisky. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. .46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Returnable here from the 38. And call that an even 50 yards on the punt with 7 on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Ha-ha, Clinton Dix there for the stop.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 47-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They stay on the ground. This time it's Hill. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
1-yard loss on the play. It's now 3rd and 10.
The Jaguars on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. They'll drop the throw. And that will be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing. Thus, the incompletion.
Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. On the return is Cohen. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there, and the Bears take over.
1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Out of the gun, Trubisky. He's got Burton here. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Fielded at the 20. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Second and 10. That one complete. He finds Sharp. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Foles to the goal line, but it's incomplete. D.D. Westbrook is intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. Back to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
And on 3rd down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. The kick by Lambeau is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the shotgun is Trubisky. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Throwing here, Trubisky. He's going to air one out. And that one falls incomplete. A 50-50 ball. A little dangerous. Could have been picked. Now it's 3rd down. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go, D. Tighten up.
Final play of the half. It's Trubisky. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And this is caught inside the 5. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And they extend their lead, a little added cushion into the lockers. What a way to finish.
Tremendous way. That's momentum that they carry in with them. Can they convert it and bring it back out to start the third quarter?
So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Now on 2nd and 13. Foles. Open man right side is Shark. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down.
It's a gain of 9. Makes it 3rd and 4.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. On play action, they'll throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Josh Allen able to record his 5th sack of the season. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Now it's Trubisky, and he completes it to Cohen. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half.
At their own 35-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Here's Foles. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
They'll go with Hill here on 1st down. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Clinton Dix making the safety blitz look easy. Zooms in for the sack.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Well, Foles and the Jags now have to deal with a 3rd and long after that sack. Now Foles. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of 1st downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 1st downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Off the toss, Cohen. He's going to have the 1st down past the 20. As they finally wrangle him in at the 48. A big hitter there from deep in their own territory. 41 yards on the ground.
1st down, Chicago.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Here's Davis running right. And an alley to run. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 16 yards is the pickup there and a 1st down for Chicago.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They'll run on 1st down. Cohen. And he'll slice his way down to the 30 with a pickup of 7.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. They'll get 3 out of the dump-off there, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down.
Good track. Whip. Watch the whip. Red, go.
They'll try to run for it with Cohen. And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Trubisky. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Here's Trubisky to throw. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. 9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Now Trubisky to throw. Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. And they stop him short of the 1st as he can only get to the 20. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
The kick by Pinheiro is good. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt. Obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you... He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago.
They can't stop you, son.
That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Go! Let's go!
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet.
Foles. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at second down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Looking to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 40. And they will score a pick six for a Bears touchdown.
Touchdown, Chicago.
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Makes the score Bears 31, Jaguars 3.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator?
Now a hit, and Foles loses the football. It's out.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now back to throw. Escaping the... And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
I'm coming.
They'll look to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. They get a good chunk of that penalty yardage back. A gain of 15. 2nd down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down. A nice safe throw and a good one.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it, just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 47. They'll look to throw here. And his throw here's incomplete. Trying to get it there to D.D. Westbrook. And it's 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 10. They'll set up a throw. And that is incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's going to be taken down here. Back across midfield, 3 yards away from midfield at the 47. Khalil Mack. And that will force a turnover on downs. On 1st down, it's Cohen. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
I'm coming.
Trubisky will throw. The screen pass here to Cohen. And some room to work. 23 yards to pick up there.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You just go ahead and play.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Cohen, and he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. Telvin Smith that time there to make the play.
At the 22-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
3 buzz.
Again, it's Cohen. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 5.
4 down. Watch number 29.
On 3rd down, a run with Cohen. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
And now what the heck is this? A punt formation from the red zone? Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And that had far too much air under it. It's out of the back of the end zone. And the football will come out to the 20-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the fourth quarter here. You've held a team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. This one completes to Kelvin Harmon. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. It's Hill, complete. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. He's going to let it fly. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Okay, partner, hyperbole alert, all right? I think that this has got to be the best game I've seen this secondary play this entire season. Doesn't matter whether they've been in man, zone, they've reacted, communicated, and really made plays on the football.
They absolutely have. And the play on that last deep ball, maybe the best example of it, they've been solid all game long. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down. Back to throw here. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Good shot, baby. That's good.
And they'll indeed take a knee. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Bears, it's a win they needed, if for nothing else in their sanity, as they move to 4-6. And they'll get another road date next week, as their opponents will be the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, it's a loss that'll drop them back to 500 through 10 games. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week, as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.